All right. Good morning. Welcome, MacBeans. There it goes. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to MacBeans. Scott's Fitness, Farms, Prepping, and Wildlife, and anything else I care to do. So today, quick breakfast. I went out last night at midnight, after midnight, and did a bunch of my mowing. Why at midnight, you ask? Thanks for asking. I'll tell you. Because it was nice and cool. All right, so you all in the hot states, coffee first. Good morning. How we doing? Thanks for listening. I appreciate it. I'm listening. So, time to make breakfast. Tiny bowl in my beer. So remember to stay hydrated out there because I think it's hot just about anywhere here in the United States. People are dropping dead in Arizona and Texas because they're going out on trails and hiking in 117-degree weather. Folks, don't do that, all right? Even with hydration, it can still kill you. Yesterday I was out. It was only 80 degrees, but the humidity was up there, working in the garden. And even though I was drinking water and I was sprinkling cold water on me, after about a half hour of that, 40 minutes of it, when I came to the house, I could just feel the heat just blasting out of me. Good morning, Randy. How we doing? So today, going to be the usual, as always. Bacon and eggs and green peppers. Because I have them. So first of all, I get the pan kind of heated up and I get the bacon out there and everything. So I have a mole digging in my yard. And it's doing some, luckily humidity has stayed pretty low again this summer. Which is not normal in Missouri, I know. I have a lot of relatives in Missouri, go there often. They actually came up here this year. The bacon, sausage, and eggs. And I think I'll get some cheese. We'll make omelets today. A good day for omelets. So got that warming up. The sausage, I'll just make it one big flat patty. Of course, before I usually cook or wash my hands, been outside mowing. Here's serious heat this week, which is normal for this time. Yep, I know. So, Hillary, posted on Twitter today. We're having record heat, and you can blame the MAGA Republicans. It's like, God, are they desperate? So I looked at the comments to see if anybody was dumb enough to believe her BS. Didn't seem like there was. And like all the comments were telling her to basically get bent. Everything, MAGA, MAGA, MAGA. Ah, the whole world's coming in. There's some stupid people on Twitter. Or now it's an X, which I kind of like it. Change it. Maybe it'll change the corporate. Had a guy on there, talking about trying a small town movie. And I asked him, did you read the lyrics or did you listen to the song? He goes, no. But it's garbage. I said, well, if you haven't listened to the song or read the lyrics, you can't make a comment that it's garbage. You're just obeying your democratic monsters. Of course, when I do democratic, I'm demon and democratic. I don't care. People have lost. Democrat Party has lost its mind. And the only The only one that seems to have any sense is the Kennedy. And boy, they're after him because of that. Oh, we can't have that. You're starting to tell people to open their eyes. Can't have that going on here. So it's supposed to get up to, I think, about 90 today. I think by Thursday and Friday, we're going to be 95, which is really hot for us. And especially depending on how the humidity is. It's going to have a lot to do with it. So if the humidity stays low, it won't be too bad, but I don't think it's going to. And I tell you, where I work, it's usually about 10 to 15 degrees hotter than the outside temperature. So it's not going to be a good day at work for this week. And we got a lot of production, which keeps us busy. But it is what it is. As much as I hate that saying, I'm just saying. So now it's time for bacon. Let me catch up on my comments. It wasn't garbage when the song actually came out months ago, only when the video came out. So hypocritical. Yes, it wasn't garbage until they were told it was. And literally a lot of these people, if their political leaders say something's bad, or faith-based or non-faith-based or whatever you want to call them, if they're told something is bad, they blindly believe it. We must do what Simon says. It's funny how the fun cartoons of the 60s and 70s are pretty much eye-opening today. People sit there and get angry. And another guy, saying you wouldn't go watch the Sound of Freedom because it's garbage. I said, well, how do you know? You haven't watched it. He goes, well, what do you think about it? I said, I can't tell you yet. I haven't watched it. Well, people are out there saying, but I haven't watched it myself. When I watch it myself, then I can have an opinion. Until then, I'm just a damn parrot. And that's what they are. They're a parrot. They re-squawk what they heard from people they follow without seeing, is this stuff even true? So today's garden, nice green pepper. I picked this one yesterday. We were outside trying to get stuff done. I'm picking some tomatoes green, and I'm setting them over here to see if they'll ripen up. So it's my experiment. We'll see if I can get them to ripen up in a couple weeks. Then I have a whole bucket, dish full of jalapenos. I see a young lady at work, and she came with some 2 big zucchinis. Go, garden trays. So I asked her, do you like jalapenos? And she said, yes. I said, all right. I'll bring some in tomorrow. Also got another man there on third shift who likes them. So and last year I would bring my extra crops in and put them on a table, and people would grab them. Other people would do the same too. Because how it is. All of a sudden stuff starts producing in far larger quantities than you keep up with. Let's see what I got going on here. Same Randy, when I learned about global warming in the ozone, I asked him to show me or prove it. Didn't believe it when I was 12. Ark Wildman, how we doing? What's cooking? Bacon, sausage, green peppers, jalapeno peppers, and cheese omelet is what I'm going to be making. It's going to be good. I remember in the late 70s, we it was the oil crisis. I watched gas go from 40 cents a gallon to 80 cents a gallon, just like that. We were going to run out of oil. And if we didn't do something, we were going to have an ice age. If we didn't do this, and I was in high school, I kind of believed it. And then, I went to service and got out of the service. We still had oil. Still hadn't had that ice age yet. Started thinking, At that point, and here's the problem with y'all who are like 14, 15, 16, 17, or 18, maybe even up to 21 or older, is at that age, we tend to believe all the bullshit our elders tell us, especially if they're a professor. We tend to just take it in. Yep, they said it, it must be true. Instead of going out and doing our own research. So what I have learned in my over 6 decades on the planet is sometimes they purposely are giving you misinformation for an agenda, or they are just being that parrot. They seen it, they just re-squawked it. They did not sit there and do any of their own research. I did that one time, and my cousin called me out on it. I shared something about, McDonald's hamburgers were worms. And he said, that's false. You should research it first. So after that, I researched it. In the 50s, I was told to eat all my veggies. They're starving in Africa. Yep, I was. They're still starving. Well, here's the problem there. In a nutshell, is that the land is not fertile enough to support the population. Those African countries have higher populations than we do in the States, but they do not have the acreage to grow food. That is the problem. And then we keep sending them food, and their population either maintains its size or it gets larger, and you still don't have the agriculture to maintain it. So I was watching something on, they're interviewing one of the leaders in one of the African nations. I don't remember which one, but he basically said, the United States comes here and said, well, we'll give you money if you do these social things. He goes, we don't need your money. He goes, China and Russia comes here and says, we're going to help you with your military. We're going to help you with your infrastructure. So that's what we need. He says, we don't need the United States to come in and tell us how to live our life. And that's the way the world's starting to view us. We used to say, oh, we're just trying to spread good news, but I think we're just getting in people's way. He basically said, you can have all that agenda you want. We don't play that here. So I kind of had a lot of respect for that leader, He's like, he told the United States, we don't want your money. Now that stipulation, we want to build our infrastructure. We want to build our military. We want to do things that make sense. Read my question about potato plants. Okay. How far up is that, Randy? Let me flip up. Oh, I better put it on all chat. Sometimes if I have it just on type live chat, it skips some things. So let me scroll up. The tops of potato plants have all died off. Yes. Are they ready to be dug up yet? Planted in April. So they say it takes 100 days for potatoes to ripen, and your season is shorter than mine. So you got May, June, July, that's 90 days. I would still give it some time. What I would do is I'd make sure you got a good watering and see if you get any new growth. Because mine did that also. Well, actually, are still doing it if you looked at. Everybody hit the thumbs up. Thank you. If you look at the last video, a lot of mine were turning brown and dying off the top. I did a huge saturation of water yesterday, and now I got new growth coming out. But generally, it takes about 100 days for them to be fully mature. Now, if they're dead, if there's no green there at all, yeah, you might as well dig them up. You know, because then if they're completely dead, you just soak the soil. All you're going to do is you're going to rotten the potatoes out. How many plants do you have, Randy? Before you water, how many plants do you have? You didn't water the entire time. Okay. So if you have multiple plants, I would dig one up in grow bags, just a few grow bags. And I have mine in grow bags. I got them in 30-gallon grow bags. So if it's truly dead, if there's no green left, if it's just brown, everything above the ground is brown, then you might as well dig that one up. So if it's brown, take it out of the ground. How's that? I know, pretty cheesy. It's not easy being cheesy. Remember my buddy at Cutco Knives, Lucky O'Day? I like these knives. I really do. They hold a good edge. They're comfortable to use. You know, even though he gave me a bunch of them, every time I see him, I buy some. Now you can tell I'm getting a little bit later in the season and I'm starting to get some thicker walls in the peppers. The walls are starting to get thicker now. You'll probably get a little less tart flavor, but more rich in flavor. And that's just because the plants are now producing them, well, currently as fast as I can eat them. Now, I was eating them faster than I could produce them before, so I had to. But Randy, if in the grow bag, if it's completely dead, I mean, if it's nothing but brown above it, then I would grab one, and I would dig it up and see how they are. Now, granted, depending on how big the grow bag is how many you can expect to get out of it. So I had 30-gallon grow bags, and I was getting about 30 to 50 from each grow bag, which I was really happy with. Now, granted, there were a bunch of small ones, but there were, at least like in each grow bag, there was like 10 good-sized ones, and maybe 10 medium-sized ones. So I was really happy with it. And yeah, mine are kind of, they were showing like they were going to die, but I gave a really long saturated watering so now they're starting to come up. But I didn't plant mine until May. So mine are 30 days behind yours. So chances are yours are about due. Let me read what you got out there now. The entire plant has just disappeared. Okay, dig it out. 10 gallons. Okay. Yeah, the entire, if there's nothing showing on top, dig it out. So the potatoes can't mature in just the soil. They need the photosynthesis going on. So even though the jalapenos, now that I got some more rain, they're getting thicker. Now, when these get thicker, they do get hotter. That's a fact, Jack. And I only put one in the eggs. So I'll do is I'll make one big omelet, split it in half. And that'll be for Mom and I. I suppose I could have dug up an onion, but that'll be for another time. Hey Ray, how we doing? How's that headache? You finally get rid of that headache? Thanks for the thumbs up, everybody. We making turtle soup yet? No. And we probably won't. I've had it before, but I've never made it. And I'll be honest with you, they're kind of like my pets. Man, I was swimming across Turtle Creek. Man, those snappers all around my feet. Sure was hard swimming across that thing. Both hands of my ding-a-ling-a-ling. How many people remember that song? Headache's still there. Oh, sorry to hear that. So you probably need to hydrate more. That would be my first thing. Just because it's so friggin' hot. Even if you're inside, it's still friggin' hot out there. So make sure you hydrate. And me, aspirin always does a trick for me. But if you're on blood thinners and that, you might want to be careful with it. That's why I say always talk to your doctor first. But I tell you, I am my health far better now that I've switched over from pharmaceutical medicines that, they just give me because, well, we want your cholesterol lower. Well, we want this, we want that. To natural remedies, and my overall health is far better. And my opinion, I just, obviously there's some people that have to be on medicines. I don't know if there's a natural remedy for everything, but there are remedies to make things easier on you. My wife has to take blood pressure medicine. She has to take for diabetes, but some of that stuff she could control if she had a better diet. And she knows it. All right, so let's get ready to make the omelet portion. Whip it. Whip it good. So, pretty soon the garden will be in full swing. I do have a cucumber plant now coming up. So it will be nice when it starts producing cucumbers. It'll be nice when the tomatoes start turning red. These are jumbo eggs. They're 8 grams per egg and probably about 150 calories. But they're clean calories. And since I'm making an omelet, I need to use a larger amount. And the trick with the omelet is trying to flip it over. So I'm thinking 7 eggs is probably good. And I might have to go buy some more. I'm getting low. For lunch, I'll probably cook up hamburgers again. Because once you get them out, you need to get them used up. So let's put in my secret. Spices. Tell you what they are, but it's secret. There you go, Bugs Bunny cartoon, Muggsy. He's not over here. He's not over here. He's hidden Muggsy over here. Did I turn on this gas stove if Muggsy was in there? You mind, rabbit, you mind. When I throw this batch in there, Muggsy was in there. Boom! All right, rabbit. Be back. The old original Bugs Bunny cartoons were the best. By far. My opinion. Used to watch those in college all the time. Still got the omelets ready to go. Let's flip the bacon over. This is going to be good. That's called cooking good in the neighborhood. So do remember to stay hydrated out there. Right, if you take aspirin, I can pop a couple in there, see if that'd take care of it for you. I love cottage cheese. I have to go buy some. We're out. It's one of those things, go buy it. And it'll last me about 2 servings. And then I'll forget to buy it for a while. Oh, FedEx is here. My alarm didn't go off. Let's see if it goes off when he walks up here. I have a driveway sensor. And I didn't hear it. So I'm wondering, when he walks up here, I'll see if that goes off. I got 2 sensors, one in the driveway and one on the deck. No idea that if anybody shows up, then I can hear him coming. I wonder if this is my shot put. I'm trying to listen to see if that sensor goes off. If it doesn't, that's the problem. It's still plugged in. Have him walk up. Okay, it went off. All right. We're good to go. So I didn't hear it go off or it didn't catch it on the driveway. The large curd, yeah, I like the large curd too. And the 4% fat. If I'm gonna go in there, I'm going in there full blast. Yep. In for a penny, in for a pound. All right. The bacon's about ready to come out. Probably along with the sausage. And then what I'll do is I'll break it back up. And then once I get the salad part in, I'll just dump everything in the middle. So obviously we need to do this at low heat. And trying to get it to flip over. So one thing I haven't quite gotten down perfectly yet. So yeah, Randy, I dig up one of the grow bags and see how it is. If you want, take a picture and email it to me at scottishfitness@gmail.com. And I can tell you if that was a good harvest or not. In 10-gallon bags, you're not going to get as many, probably maybe not as big, but they should be really flavorful. I went with the 30s. I know Gray Man probably goes with 50s, but I've noticed that the potatoes don't grow off to the side. They still kind of stay in the middle. So I think the 30s are plenty big. And I know 10s are great. My buddy's done 10s all the time. Fried cheese curds are a food group. Well, everything's a food group. We had a little family reunion going on this weekend, and they had all these kind of new Mexican spices and that, but the one that she was really talking about had about 6 or 7 of those big long word preservatives. And I kind of got in my maple syrup one, you know. I mean, look at the ingredients here, and there's no maple syrup. Lots of preservatives, corn syrup, cane sugar, but no maple syrup. The maple tree never got involved. Maybe they put a drop in there. Pure maple syrup, there's one ingredient, pure maple syrup. That's why I like it. All right, let's get the bacon out here to dry off and cool off. Plus the sausage one more time. And what I want them to do is kind of, get a little crispy, makes them easier to break up and put back in the eggs. All right, I'm out here. Got to go have lunch with my hubby. Everybody have a day. Enjoy the little burgers and cottage cheese. Thanks for stopping in, Randy. Thanks for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. Remember, subscribe, share all that YouTube-y stuff, super chats. I don't know. Rob Banks, whatever. The first shot put I ordered from Amazon, for some reason, it's not getting delivered. And I just think you got to realize it was going to cost too much to ship it. So I had to reorder it. Not from Amazon. I went through a track and field equipment area. And so it's on their way, and their communication is really well. And the Amazon communication was well too. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it off the heat for a few minutes. So when it initially goes on there, it slow cooks. I want it to slow cook. But you have a great day, Randy. Thanks for stopping in. I got the peppers cut up. I got sausage. I got bacon. I got cheese and eggs. And that's good nutrition. The only thing I could add to this is I could have dug up a pepper or onion. Maybe I'll do that next time. I think I got a few are about as big as they're going to get. And then I'm going to put my memory card back into my trail cam. I got to set it up somewhere else. Trying to find different areas to set the trail cam up to see what I can catch. So far, I've managed to catch a deer that I actually spooked out when I was driving with the car. All right, so let's all right. Let's get this part started. So I want it to slowly kind of form a nice shell. And what I might do is I might put it on heat and take it off a few times. What really works well is those big griddles. One of these days I might have to get one of those grills that have the big flat cooking surface. My buddy's got one, and I'm going to cook with something besides charcoal. That'd be the way to go. Looks like a pretty good way to do breakfast. So I've got it going well. Okay, put this out here to cool down. Flip it over. And what I'll do is I'll give it a few minutes to kind of form a good base before I start putting the veggies on top and the meats on top. So what I did is I pulled it off the heat a little bit, let it do a real slow cook. And then I'll put it back on the heat. And this is what I tell you, it takes time to make a good breakfast. It takes time. Time is on my side. Sound is not working, all choppy. Try going in and coming back out because it looks like it should be working good on my end. Sometimes you just have to go out of the video and come back into the video. And that a lot of times clears it up. But yeah, when you're looking at store-bought stuff, you gotta read the ingredients. So let me read these ingredients again, just so I know I got them right. So this is Butterworth. Looks different for some reason. Ingredients: high fructose corn syrup. Corn syrup, water, contains 2% or less of cellulose gum, salt, cane syrup, caramel, colin, sodium hexatryptophosphate, sodium benzoate, potassium sorbate, preservatives, natural and artificial flavors, citric acid, molasses, lactic acid. No maple syrup at all. None. Zero maple syrup in here. 100% pure maple syrup. Ingredients: pure maple syrup. That's it. There's no need for preservatives. There's no need for any of that garbage, as your body doesn't know what to do with it. Before coffee, there we go. I already had coffee. All right, so now let's put it back on the heat. Back on the heat. Back on the heat. The idea is I want to get a base, so when I put everything on there, and I flip it over, it just doesn't break open on me. So I'm trying this a little bit different. Gotta hit these blockbuster bombs just right. So hopefully the sound's better. According to my sound-o-meter, it's doing well. So I was hoping that was the shot put showing up, but then it'd be early. I don't think it's going to get here until Friday. The other one was supposed to be here yesterday, and then they said undeliverable. That means somebody didn't want to deliver it. Now, I had in the past when they say something undeliverable, it gets delivered anyway. But didn't happen this way. Unless it shows up today, it's not showing up. So I ordered another one with the correct weight. So we'll do that. I got another competitor, Larry, who I met at the Senior Olympics last year in Illinois. And we're going to see if he can get out here. And we'll practice discus and shot put, maybe even javelin. I got to reach out to him again and see what's a good day for doing it. And then that's about it. It's all about the bass. The bass. I know that song. Need to start making me a shopping list. I need to pick up some more cat food. We're down to our last container. Now I'll think of things, and then when I get to the store, it's like it all went away. Like, dang. But it's going to be a hot week. So everything I'm going to try to get done is going to be early in the morning. Yep. I'm a guest of honor. Yes. He'll be on the plate. Mama's getting ready to come in. Are we getting too hot out there? You go, baby.
I'm not going to go in front of you.
Oh, I don't care if you do. I think you care if you do. All right, back on the heat. All right, we should be just about ready to start adding everything together. Having our big omelet. Let's get the veggies in there. So I'm going to spread the jalapenos out strategically, otherwise they're all going to be in the same area. And it'll be like zowie. We don't want that. There, got the peppers in. Then we'll break up the bacon pieces. And the last thing we put in will be the cheese. Looking good in the neighborhood. I'm tearing that up to let it release a lot of heat. So it'll cool down faster. Otherwise, it's getting to be a little challenging. Oh, we got somebody new here. Is that James? There we go, James. How we doing? There is a milestone. How went the midnight mowing? I got the front yard done. Went well. Hey, Fabertus, veteran, how we doing? So I do have a shot put coming out. I don't know what the milestone is yet, but so when the shot put shows up, I'll be working on that. I'll do that my next Olympics, which is September 17th. Great. Now, put some cheese. Right there. I'll give you an idea how it looks before I try to flip it. Here we go. Now the flip's going to be, well, it's going to be interesting. All I got to say, it might turn into a goulash. And it'll be edible. Here we go. Just blasted legs this morning and some, there we go. Calisthenics this month. All good stuff. Yep. omelet, jalapeno peppers, green peppers, bacon, sausage, cheese. Now we'll see how the flip goes. That's where it gets challenging for me. So I'm going to try to.
Oh.
Kick up the heat a little bit, try to get a little more solid before I attempt the flip. So I'll just go full hell. That'd be a disaster. If not, then I'll just scramble it in there. We'll get it one way or another. One way or another. Then remember my. Oh, we gotta get warm up better. Everybody sponsor who has it for Life Milk. Oh, got more lettuce we can throw away. Yeah, don't need to buy lettuce anymore, sweet pie. Got it all anytime you need it, just pull it out of the garden. So put that in the. We'll just leave that there. We'll take it out later. Dump that in the compost pile. Alrighty. All right. Let's see what happens. All right. I got it to flip. And there was much rejoicing. I got it to flip. To be honest with you, I'm amazed it happened. And a big omelet. We ordered one for breakfast on Sunday morning. We got the omelet, got the hash browns, got the toast. And I ate it all. So I refill them with filtered water and put them back in the fridge. Good seeing you again, James. Appreciate it. I know how to flip. I usually don't do that. Yep. So eggs are your best form of nutrition. It's one of the very few foods that have all 20 amino acids that you need. It has all the minerals and vitamins you need. The only one it's missing is vitamin C. It is the incredible edible egg, regardless. See, in Florida, yeah, it would be cooker. Yeah, that's what would have happened. Regardless of what Uncle Sam tells you. Eggs, dairy, meat, veggies, fruits. Try to stay away from the processed stuff. Like we just showed that maple syrup from the store, there is no maple syrup in there at all. None. No maple tree was involved in making that syrup. Lots of chemicals in there. What does my maple syrup have? Maple syrup, that's it. All right, so the next flip is going to be the real trick. So this is usually where you do like that. And we're not going to do that. But trying to get it flipped over a second time, now that is going to be the real trick. Oh, folks, pretty successful. And there was much rejoicing. Yay! pretty happy the way that worked out. All right. And of course, for the caveat, England steak sauce got to go on the list again. I think I'm out. We'll be out soon. Do I have another one in here somewhere? Don't think so. We are so close. Eight thumbs up. Appreciate it. Time for another meeting. Okay. Be well, everybody. James, thanks for stopping in. Well, and just take Beano. Too funny. And we're really close, almost done. Almost there. I just want to make sure it's fully cooked. I think it is. So let's tap it right in the middle. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Here we go. All righty. Let's get my portion here scooped in. And then shake it well. Oh, man, I'm telling you, there's breakfast. It just don't get any better than that. Plenty of nutrition for the morning. Let me catch up on here now. Oh, give me the egg farts. No, give me egg farts. Eventually you should. Those are just warning orders. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for joining in. It is today's cooking day. And it's 2 for Tuesday. I don't think there's going to be a second live. But if so, it'd be just me making burgers. But I got trail cam to set up. That's about it. Maybe a little exercise. And then it's off to work. It's going to be hot. Not looking forward to it, but we have plenty of water. And then next week, I'll be by myself. Won't have my for about 3 weeks, and I guess he comes back. Like last time, I probably could have worked overtime, but I just didn't feel like it. The 1/3 shift guy is starting to suffer from the 3rd shift. I don't come to work scenarios. So he's been missing a lot of days lately. Isn't that good? And he's one of the better workers. So I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, remember, rest, nutrition, exercise, have fun. Go outside, get out in the sun, Enjoy yourself. Stay hydrated. It's hot out there. Don't go walk any trails in Arizona or Texas, y'all.